January 2020, a coronavirus outbreak happened in Wuhan, China, with over 90,000 people infected. After 2 months of effort, China has contained the virus perfectly. As of contrast, the spread of the coronavirus in the U.S. has never stopped.
We have it very much under control in this country. We had 12 at one point, and now they've gotten very much better. It's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear. Looks like by April, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away. I hope that's true.
The Trump administration never intended to contain the virus. Trump even encouraged people to go out and social interact instead of social distance. The curve kept going higher and higher. A big hatred started in the U.S. society toward Asian Americans. One of the data we collected about the infection of coronavirus in different races shows a tremendous difference between different races. Asians are obviously the best in fighting against the coronavirus. Lowest case rate compared to white people. Unfortunately, all of those races have a higher hospitalization rate and also death rate compared to white people. This means that white people have a tremendous advantage in receiving medicines and treatments. Coronavirus reflects the gap between the rich and the poor. A big percentage of minorities don't have much savings. If the government can't contribute them or reduce the cost of medicines, most of the minorities can't afford health insurance and their bill, so they pay a big amount of money for their bill. To protect the rights and welfare of minorities in the U.S., the government should provide cheaper medical insurance and basic living materials for minorities.
Hi, Pengyu.
Hello.
What do you think about the coronavirus and what impact it has to the American people now?
Well, from the data we see every day, we know that American people are the most people suffering by the coronavirus. But I do believe that there's a special group in US are suffering more than the normal American people, which is minorities.
So, talking about minorities, why do you think they are more impacted than those white people in the US?
Well, first we're gonna think about how's the US formed. Think about how US formed. We know that the US is formed by immigrations and local Indians. They're the minorities.
Yeah.
And from our basic knowledge, we know that they got lower salary than the white people. So they are having higher risk to get the coronavirus. Why? Because they got no money to pay for the health insurance. So when they get coronavirus, they do not have money to get treatment. So if one people get coronavirus, then it's gonna spread rapidly to other people. So one day, if the coronavirus are formed more by minorities, we cannot say it's their fault because we do not give them good treatment.
So what do you think about the government can do or how they can do to help minorities fight the virus?
Well, that's a good question to think about. I do believe that the government can provide a lower price insurance so that the minorities can pay for it and get good treatment. And also, because they do not have money, so they do not have the ability to buy food and supplies. So I do believe that the government should provide them free food and some materials like masks.
Good. Those are very amazing points from you, Pengyu. Thank you for your time, and we wish all Americans recover from this virus very soon.